Jim from Advanced Performance Shooting again, and still in the wake of the Greenfield Park Mall shooting, I'm trying to put my focus on longer distance shooting. How relevant it is, how possible it is for people to actually get out and shoot at that distance, and everything we can see on the in-betweens. From the type of gun that we choose, from the way that we choose to carry, across the whole spectrum. A good friend of mine said it's going to be a flash in the pan, and it's more like a great big huge explosion in the pan, I think. All kinds of people out shooting the Dicken drill. But we designed our 1 of 100 concealed carry standards to be a measurable test of the skills that we think might be appropriate for a concealed carry holder. It's based on the old Federal Air Marshal Qual, and we made it a little bit harder. We made the time standards more difficult, and we made the accuracy requirement more important, if you will. It was already a tough standard. We made it a little bit tougher. So we've set up to run the 1 of 100 concealed carry standards at 40, at 30, at 20 yards, and then we're going to run it again at 7 yards where we intended it to be shot. Not in line with the 21-foot rule that gets talked about, but 7 yards was the original Air Marshal graded standard, and it represents a relevant distance to train for a concealed carry holder. Very obviously, one of the critical components that we're looking for is an ability to actually hit the target with every round that we fire. There's a time associated with it, just like there is in real life, but an ability to hit the target in a timely manner with every single round fired. I think the videos, the times that we've associated with each particular task inside of the standard are all times based on what an average person can do, theoretically, what the bad guy can do. And we have to be inside of those times or be able to measure ourselves against those average times to better understand what our response should be. So we've repaired the target, we've reset everything. Now we'll shoot it from 30 yards and we'll start to calculate the difference between 40, 30, we'll go on to 20, and then again at 7 yards. So the 30 round course of fire is broke down between the 3 targets, center to center, 3 yards apart, with a required 10 shots for each target. So I've tallied all the scores, I've done all the math, and I really hate doing math. But it's part of keeping track of your practice. You absolutely have to do math to track your performance. When they told me in school I was going to need math when I was an adult, I didn't listen to them, and boy, were they ever correct, and man, was I ever wrong. But anyway, at 7 yards, I was 117% of what we say an average score should be, or the score, if you will. And roughly, every 10 yards back, the first jump back was 13 yards, roughly a 20% decrease in performance. There are statistical averages out there that indicate that in a real fight, we're going to be a percentage less. Hard to tell what that will be. a percentage less than what we're able to do on the flat range. And it stands to reason, all the stressors, all the other environmental factors, everything that's going on. But to understand in practice what it takes to get those hits, I didn't drop a single shot. I didn't keep all of them in the down zero zone, but I kept everything on the target. No miss across that board. And it shows in the percentages as we went back. But all the way back at 40 yards, I shot a 46% of what we say is an average time response. Accuracy suffered a little bit, as did time. Raise the standard, train harder, and expect more from yourself.